Okay, so it's been a day since Junior Eurovision 2024. What a show! Great show. It was a very, very good year for Junior Eurovision. Have you watched it back? Have you watched any of it back?
I watched a bit of it back. Cyprus, Bijan, Simone Grande.
I've just been watching Spain. See Chloe De La Rosa's performance. I absolutely loved that.
The main one I watched back was Georgia, and I can understand why they've won now.
Yeah, that's one thing. I don't know if I was doing something else when Georgia was on, but I just wasn't paying attention. I was still, by the end of the performance, I did realise how emotional it was, but I didn't realise why they won, so I had to go back and watch it. I didn't realise, I was like, wow, what, Georgia?
Did you see his mum crying on a video?
Yeah, I saw that. Actually, I'll play it here, because I'll play, wait, here. Yeah, because they met up immediately after the final, and yeah, they hugged. It was very emotional. I'm glad they filmed that. They don't film many of the moments. Okay, so 17 countries competed yesterday. Obviously, Georgia came out on top, won with 239 points. Quite a lot, to be fair. I mean, they absolutely swept the jury vote. Yeah, so they came first in the jury with 188 points and sixth in the televote with 59 points. Now, I've got all of the details up. Oh, yeah. So we can see the results here. As I said, Georgia won with 239 points, 59 points from the televote, and 180 points from the jury. Now, the jury vote completely dominated this year. So basically, Georgia ran away with the jury vote. I mean, so I've done the calculation basically. Out of 80 jurors, so you know how the jury works. In each country, there's 5 people that are part of the jury, and there's some jury members that are actually quite famous in the Eurovision world. They each obviously do their ranking of all the songs. Yes, out of the 80 jury members this year, 36 of them had Georgia as their winner. 36. So that's nearly half, which is that's huge. It's not something we regularly see. And then 55 of the 80 jurors had Georgia in their top 3. It was a massive, massive favourite, a complete runaway with the jury. What or why do you think that the jury had this so high?
The song, the staging, and the voice.
Yeah.
When I look back at it, I would say it was one of the most vocal-worthy performances of the night. I think this year, because the songs were most of the songs were very upbeat, because obviously they're only young artists and they haven't been like trained to perform live. You could tell that some of them was out of breath while performing. The main ones that really could sing and did put on a, as I'd say, X Factor worthy performance was in fact Georgia, Portugal, Malta, France, which, as you can see that they're all in the top 5 of the juries anyway.
I agree in a way. I think this year I do agree that there was definitely a lot of upbeat songs, and you can actually see that the upbeat songs are towards the bottom of the leaderboard. I think it was a battle of the ballads this year. Whoever was the best ballad on the night was going to win. I was pretty sure a ballad would win. My heart set in Portugal. I thought Portugal was going to win it, but obviously taken by a complete surprise.
I'm surprised Albania's under Spain though, because that was also one of the ballads.
I think Spain was quite a polished performance. I didn't expect Albania to be that high, to be honest with you. I knew that Albania always do this. They always send a kind of a mid-song, but then they kind of elevate it with the staging, with the artist, and then the juries put it up right up there, and they end up doing very well. Now, what does this prove? To me, this kind of takes, see the televote, I think it was completely and utterly pointless this year. Absolutely pointless. Because simply, if Andrea came last in the televote, because who came last in the televote actually? Let's just get that up. San Marino. No, it wasn't San Marino. It was North Macedonia who came last in the televote with 34 points. So if you add that to the points that Andrea had from the jury vote, he still would have won. He still would have won because he only needed 33, I think, to win to take over Portugal. So he still would have done it. So the televote was practically pointless this year. It still is quite shocking that the jury put Georgia that high up, that literally the televote would literally not matter at all. It's weird.
They must have just liked it. But then again, a lot of people on the live stream were saying, oh, Georgia's a dark horse. Georgia's a dark horse yesterday, so then...
It was a dark horse. It definitely was. And to be honest with you, I didn't believe them until I saw it live. until I saw it live, I kind of knew, oh, this has a chance, but I never actually thought they're going to do it. I never actually thought they were going to do it, but they did.
My favourites were overall was Armenia, Cyprus, Ireland, and Germany. It's hard for me to say, but I knew they wouldn't do well. But there was favourites, but I thought Portugal was going to win overall.
Yeah, no, I kind of predicted that Portugal probably would have won. I mean, you knew that because I had posted kind of the reaction live. Kind of previously, I had like the live reaction already and set good to go, and it was blank wins the Eurovision Junior Eurovision this year, and I had already put in default Portugal, so I kind of thought Portugal would win it, but obviously completely wrong. Well, actually, not completely wrong. Yeah, they came second though, runner-up. It's the best result for Portugal in Junior Eurovision ever. They've got they came second with 213 points. They came fourth with the jury and first with the televote, which when you put it into perspective with Georgia, who came first in the jury and sixth with the televote, it just doesn't work. When you say that out loud, it doesn't work. You kind of think, why did Georgia win it then? But that just proves that the jury outweighs the televote in the result. The jury is just so powerful at Junior Eurovision, which just leads me to think, is the televote really that special? Do they need it? I don't think so. But yeah, they came fourth in the jury with 96 points and first in the televote.
I think it could go either way with juries and televotes.
Yeah, I guess, but they do claim that obviously jury and televote is a 50-50 split. That's how they decide the winner, and it is. You can see that it is.
Because you could have, like, for example, each jury, because you don't know what they're going to do, it could have been like nearly most countries got 12 points from some sort of different jury.
Yeah, no, I get you. Obviously, as you say, it could be a different situation. I think this year, because Georgia absolutely ran away with it, they completely stole the hearts of the jury. They really, really done quite well. Obviously, that isn't going to happen every year. The jury vote can be quite close. Last year with France, who else done well in the jury vote last year? France, UK, Spain, and I think Armenia all last year were really, really close in Nice in the jury vote. But then the televote made it really more, it made it dramatic, it made it exciting. We didn't know who was going to win. But this year, Georgia was going to win it regardless. But yeah, Portugal won the televote this year. They've done very well, and I'm really happy for Victoria because she done very, very, very well. And then next up is Ukraine. They came third. Artem Katenko, hear me now. I was tweeting throughout the whole show, and one of the tweets that I posted was when Ukraine came on, Artem, I knew the performance was going to be good, but his voice is insane. Like, you're a singer. You tell me that he's not got one of the best voices that we've heard at Eurovision, Junior Eurovision, and like, he's got an amazing voice. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think he could have won easily if it was a different year.
I mean, if Ukraine was like,
if it was last year, I think he could have licked Zoe Clazier.
Yeah, I think it definitely could have won last year, or even maybe like 2021. I think if Ukraine had this song then, oh my god, this definitely could have won. Artem's voice is insane, and the stage show was great. They transferred what they'd done from the national final, put it on stage. It was so good. They came third with 203 points, as you can see. Came second in the jury with 122 points, and then second in the televote yet again with 81 points. But yeah, again, it is just proven that the jury vote has so much power at Junior Eurovision. It outweighs the televote by a landslide. It just does. Or at least this year, I don't know. As you say, it might be different in the coming years. It was different last year, but this year it was weird. It was really weird.
I think he would do well in a medal.
Well, Artem, yeah, he is definitely one of the artists that I could see return to normal Eurovision. He could definitely go to Vidbjer. He's definitely got something ahead for him in the Eurovision world, definitely. So I've done my research for this analysis. There is, obviously, they've posted all the jury details, who the jury members were, and all of who the juries voted for specifically. And I have went through all of it today and kind of took out some of the things that I noticed from all of the voting, all of the analytics, and I'm going to share them with you. You don't know any of these either. Some of them are quite shocking, to be fair. I can't believe some of these. So, as we know, the country that came last, poor San Marino. Idols SM.
Laugh, but like,
no, don't.
I feel bad for him because what if they don't take return.
I know. I feel like, I don't think San Marino cares that much. As long as they're there, as long as they're there, I don't think they really care. San Marino's probably one of the countries that are like, do you know what? We'll just go. We'll just enter for the fun of it.
I think what it is because they've been out of the game for so long. I don't think they've really found how to get the foot back in the door.
Yeah, they've not got a rhythm. No,
because the girls sounded great. It was the song that wasn't really memorable.
Yeah, I do agree. I think the girls lacked a little bit of enthusiasm. Maybe they did look like they just didn't want to be there for some reason.
I know. I don't know if they've left them to do it do what they're doing by themselves, or if they've left them to their own devices of being on stage, or
I think
they actually got somebody to actually choreograph it for them.
It did look choreographed, but it seemed like maybe they hadn't rehearsed it enough. They just didn't feel.
You know what it looked like? It looked like I just walked into a rehearsal, and you know them girls that are always in a dance rehearsal that just stand there and like, oh yeah, I've got this, but like they've got no emotion or anything, and they're like half-heartedly dancing. I'm like, yeah, that's proper.
Give it some. Yeah, I feel like they definitely had to rehearse a little bit more. They definitely didn't feel. It didn't seem like they were comfortable doing all the dance moves and actually singing at the same time. Obviously, they haven't had enough experience, but this is just the first step into that experience, and they done their best. That's the main thing. But they only got 1 point, 1 jury vote. What country do you think gave them that point?
Italy.
Italy gave them 1 measly point. I mean, they could have done more. Italy is their surrounding neighbour. They could have gave them a little bit more, you know what I mean?
It's what it is.
It is what it is. I also noticed this one Cypriot juror, so Cyprus, one of the Cyprus jury members had Georgia second last, the winner second last, and also one French juror as well. It's just weird how 36 people out of that 80-member jury put Georgia first and thought that this was the best song out of the 17, sorry. Then 2 people think it was the worst. It just proves how split people can be in these kind of competitions. And there was 4 countries, juries that had San Marino all last, which is so sad. So every single member of, I think the Portuguese jury had every single member of the Portuguese jury had San Marino last. Every, I think, Ukrainian member had San Marino last. It's so sad to see. I know. So sad.
I feel really bad. I feel more bad than Ireland last year.
Yeah, I know. Because Ireland got at least a little bit of jury love, and San Marino just didn't. It was so sad to see.
I always joke saying that Sophie Lennon got the highest and lowest score.
Yeah.
Irish junior Eurovision history.
I feel like the Spanish jury. I feel like someone in the Spanish jury is having a laugh with us because out of the 5 Spanish jurors, 4 of them had San Marino last, and then see that last one. Where do you think they had San Marino?
Right at the top.
Is their winner? Yeah. How is that possible? I know
unless the other jury of the jury was like, I feel a bit bad they've all put this out.
San Marino last. Literally, that is absolutely like the fact that the 4 people that you're with watching the show is looking at San Marino and thinking, no, this is not it. And then one of them's going, when it feels like they're kind of taking, they're ripping it a little bit. They're trying to take the mick a wee bit, but at least that person that gave San Marino that love and that appreciation, I'm happy. I'm really happy.
Can we move on from San Marino? Because I feel really bad for him and I keep laughing about it and it's making me feel more bad.
I know, it's really bad. It's sad. Obviously, we don't want to put hate on San Marino. As we say, they done their best, and that's all we ask from them. That's it. That's all we can ask.
I think get the girls to come back next year, but with a different song.
I'd love that. I'd love to see that. Now, as we know, France is a powerhouse at Junior Eurovision. They always do well. Since they came back 2017, 2018, I don't think they've left the top 6, which is insane. But this year was the worst French placement since 2019. They came 4th.
You know what it was? I don't think if they hadn't have won the amount of times they've won in the past how many years, I do think this could have been higher. I think it was a really, really good song. And I just think people have just been like, no, we're not voting France. We're giving another country a chance at winning this year. That's how it really seems. But to be honest, I could have actually seen France actually probably winning or being like second at least.
Yeah.
But I just think that people haven't voted for him as much for the specific reason as everyone's saying they don't want France to have a monopoly on Eurovision.
We didn't want France to win again, and respectfully, this is the perfect spot for them because they've came fourth. Top 5, they've done so well because next year they can come with a song that's amazing, like Comme si comme ça, and win it. They can do it again. I think next year, if they win it, we can't blame them. We can't say, oh, we don't want them to win because they've won so much in the past. They can win again. One thing that I cannot get my head over, and I think these juries must have been sniffing glue or something. I do not know what they were thinking. But Cyprus, an amazing performance. I don't think it was amazing vocally from Maria, but she done really well. A dance break. There was that kind of like that moment in there. She like slow motion dance, like it looked slow motion, but she wasn't like it wasn't slowed. It was like very, very cool. It looked really slick. The performance.
I really loved Maria's song, but when I was talking to you, something to do with the mics, like literally you could hardly hear her because I saw Julie Mercado's live and she went live and Maria was on. She sounded completely better to what she did on TV. I do actually stand by that there was something different with these. However it's been transmitted, I do think in some sort of mic or technical because most of the songs, as well as not just Maria in general, all I could hear mainly was the audience more than the actual singing. Yeah,
that's the problem with the production side. So I do agree. I think the audience noise was
if you watch any other Eurovision back or any other junior Eurovision, there's not that problem whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I get you. That was this problem on the production side. I don't feel like it really mattered much. Obviously, we didn't see the jury show. This is what we're talking about here. See, the juries, they placed Cyprus second last. All the second last. And that was behind or in front of San Marino. So it was San Marino, then Cyprus.
I'm not going to laugh because I love Maria.
I love Maria. I don't think she deserved that.
She was literally my little UK champion because we didn't have a UK person.
Yeah, she was repping the UK this year. She done us proud. She done well. She done us proud. That's what I will say. She comes 13th overall. I do want to take a moment to appreciate Malta. You voted for Malta, did you say? Amazing performance. Like, why'd you vote for it? Why'd you vote for it? What made you like want to vote for Malta?
I don't know, but I think if you see on my reaction video on my own YouTube channel, I did actually start crying. I don't know. It was just like the sounds that it was vibrating and the sound of the music, and it just gave me like really goosebumps all over. Oh my god, imagine what it could do in like how many years. And the story behind it, I know I couldn't understand a word that it was saying, but it was just beautiful. But the story behind it about him being brought back from Cambodia, is it adoptive mum and dad? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it made it more emotional. The live performance, they had like the curtains behind and they had the projections of his family. That made it a hell of a lot more emotional. That was very kind of clever, a good tactic with the staging, which because it made a lot of people connect to it.
Although I was hoping for Malta to bring out an English-speaking song.
Yeah,
just because we haven't had an English-speaking song.
Yeah, we didn't have an English speaking song. Like we had no English language except a few little lines here and there, but no song was fully in English this year.
But then in Yerevan 2022 we had 2 English speaking songs.
But the thing is, we'll only ever have 2 or 3 a year. So, but we didn't have any this year. This is the reason why I love Junior Eurovision. We obviously have to have native languages in the song. But I quite like this year actually. It was kind of a breath of fresh air.
Some of the songs, I think they had more English in them this year than their own language.
No, but they have to have 60% or 50%, I think it is.
I don't know what it is, but like Stay Tuned, like I literally could sing all of that. Lakila, I had no clue. All I know is that it was to do with Together, but I'd been singing it constantly, practicing it. Kind of quick to pick up.
Irish Gaelic and Scottish Gaelic aren't too far apart. Like, they're very similar, and I mean extremely similar. I don't speak Gaelic.
Would Ireland go into Junior Eurovision and do an English-speaking song though? Because in English, one of the official languages anyway.
I think they can. I don't think there's any rule, because English is a native language of Ireland, I'm sure. Let me see.
I did actually love Ireland's song.
Yeah, it was so good. She was robbed. The Queen was robbed. She was so good. The performance was great. Her voice was good. Maybe the staging lacked a little bit of, like, it was lackluster, but I don't think it mattered.
That's what I mean, like and what you said. All the kind of dancing ballads this year was down at the bottom. Imagine if Zoe Clozier was in it this year.
I feel like Kerr was a good, really good song.
I feel like that would have also been at the, well, not at the bottom, but I don't think it would have placed fourth. I think it had been a bit further down.
Really?
In my opinion, yeah, because the kind of song it is, them kind of songs seem to be at the bottom, and all the ballads are at the top this year.
I'm not sure. Kerr was a really good song. Last year, I agree that this year might have been stronger than last year.
I'm on if it was entered this year.
No, I get you, but I don't know. I don't know if this year was as strong as last year. I don't know. People in the comments, let us know what year do you think was stronger, 2023 or this year, 2024. Yeah, so we've talked about our countries, we've talked about where they placed. I think you know how we feel. We are so glad that Georgia won. Congratulations to them, as we know. Congratulations to Georgia. But I just want to talk about some of the production aspects to finish off the video today. We just need to talk about the AI. I mean, yeah. What the hell was it? What the world were they thinking? I mean,
you know what?
You know
what? If I had a child that went to Eurovision and they did that to my child, I'd go ape banana.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. To be honest, I think a lot of people took it very, very seriously on Twitter. I mean, people took many things seriously on Twitter. I don't think you should be going on there when Junior Eurovision's on, because it just is not good. But it is bad, and they shouldn't have done it. I don't know who.
I don't know whose idea it was, but
yeah, I mean,
we all know Martin Ostradal had got the blame some way or another for it.
But the thing is, imagine the RTVE, the broadcaster. They're in the room. They're coming up with ideas for what to do with the postcards, what to do with the production.
That's what racks my head. Right.
What?
Listen, can I just say, they've been so strict with these rules this year with protecting these kids.
Yeah.
Then they do AI, which could be imported anywhere onto anything. You get the drift. Come on.
It's not great. I mean, the fact is that they have so many people. They have hundreds upon hundreds of people working for the show this year, and they're creative minds. These are people that have worked in television for years.
It looks
like postcards
with AI app on iPhone and put a picture in and that'll do.
Yeah, it feels like they've just kind of typed it out, clicked enter, and not even checked it. It kind of feels like they've just went and put it out and not checked it and just went, oh, you know what, stuff it, let's just try it. And
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was kind of cool at the beginning, because I thought that they wasn't actually going to use the actual people for AI. I thought it'd be like something like some sort of like AI friend, like an animal among. I'm just going.
Yeah, that would have been a better idea. I mean?
Like with them interacting with like something from the country, or do you get what I mean? Like
that would have been a much better idea.
But like that was like, what the hell?
It's not great. Don't do it again. I think that's if they have seen the reaction of it, I feel like they're probably not going to try that again.
But that just really drew the line with contradictory for me, because I'm like, they've like put all these strict rules in place, like they've been like really, really strict about it this year, the Spanish RTVE have, and then they go and do something stupid like that.
One thing I want to end the video on this is the voting. There were so many people talking about during the jury show. They revealed obviously this new system for the voting. They were going to reveal if you don't know what it is, so they revealed all the jury first points. So all the juries who gave 1 point to the countries, they revealed that first, then 2 points, all the 3 points, then all the 4 points, all the way up to 10, and then they went to each country's spokesperson and then revealed the 12 points as well. And I didn't agree with this at first. I didn't see how it was going to work.
I actually like it.
I do as well,
because it gives a very, very good idea to the children. It's in more detail for them, but not in more detail, but it's that simplistic. They can understand it more.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more confusing, but it actually isn't. Weirdly,
No,
it's
the
not as
way it
confusing.
went around on Twitter and everything, it looked confusing. But if you actually listened to them when they explained it, watched it, it was like, these countries are giving these countries that point. But I got it straight away, and I thought it was
got it straight away as well.
And like
It
the
did
little
take me a minute,
was going up so much each time. I think that was very good how they did it. I wouldn't say it would work for the actual adult Eurovision, but I think they could. I think it'd be good actually implementing this more into the junior Eurovision, because that it gives the junior Eurovision something else that makes it more unique.
I think the EBU definitely wanted to try something different. They've also got lots of things they want to try out and see if it works, and they don't want to try it on normal Eurovision because it's risky. But with this junior Eurovision, I feel like everything they've changed a few things. So I feel like they probably thought, let's just change this and see if it works, and it kind of did. I feel like I don't see a lot of people complaining about it now. I did at the jury show, but see, once it was on and we were watching it, it felt more suspenseful. It felt like it was more dramatic, and yeah, it was good. And I think they should keep it for junior.
Like as a child, if you're like just waiting for the story results to come out, they just announce the 12 points, and it's like, yeah, the other ones have been dispersed, and that's it. How they've done it this time is they've actually took the time to actually say, yeah, these countries have gave you this so much points.
So yeah.
To me, I found it easier watching. I don't think they should implement it in the actual Eurovision just yet.
No, I don't think they would do it.
I think they should just keep it junior Eurovision, because it's something else that makes the junior Eurovision more unique.
Yeah, and also see when you're like the old system, right? We went to each spokesperson, and obviously they were only going to reveal who the 12 points went to. But then obviously on the screen, you can see who all the other points go to. But do you really take notice of them? I don't. I only wait for the 12 points. This actually shines a light on who gets the 1 point, the 2 points, the 3 points, because it actually matters.
Yeah.
They add up.
Because then the other countries can say, oh yeah, that country voted for me.
Yeah, it's easier to follow. Yeah.
And then they can focus on the 12 jury points. And you know what? It was actually good to see a load of returning JESC participants doing the jury.
As I say, we have to end the video now, but we just have to look forward to Georgia 2025, because they've confirmed that they are hosting it next year. So we'll be going to Georgia, most likely Tbilisi, because there's no other city that could possibly do it. No, I really have actually wanted to go to Georgia for quite a while, so this might be an excuse to go. All right, so that is what we thought about the results. What did you think? Is there anything that you thought we've missed that we've not covered today? Let us know down below in the comments. Remember to like the video, subscribe, do all the stuff you'd normally do to a YouTube channel that you love so much. And yeah, and we'll end on congratulations, Georgia. See you next year. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.